When I remember. Yes, I remembered the recording. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started with our 3 deep breaths. Breathe in through the nose, I am. Breathe out through the mouth, consciousness. Breathe in, I am. Breathe out, consciousness. Breathe in, I am. Breathe out, consciousness. And as we rest for a moment here, in this beautiful space of infinite divine grace, you can feel how deeply loved you are and how you are tethered to the divine through unconditional love. You venture forth in the world as the love that you are, doing the best you can, and you get triggered and reminded to return to unconditional love, the home and the truth of who you are, the embodiment of the divine. Feel the sensations in your body right now, that belonging, that rightness, that perfection of being you. This is your inner yes. This is true alignment with the divine. Take another deep breath in. And when you're ready, open your eyes and come back into the room. And Carolyn is joining us. So now what we've started doing, Katherine, that you're probably not familiar with, we discovered that humming takes us really deep, really fast. So what we do is we all mute ourselves. And then for 5 deep breaths in a row, breathe in as long as you can, and then exhale and hum holding one note. Breathe in really deeply, exhale holding one note 5 times in a row. I'm going to count so you know where I am because your breaths might not be as long as mine. Just keep humming and just feel yourself go deeper. All right, I'm going to mute myself and I'm going to mute Michelle and we're all going to hum. We give thanks, and so it is. I almost said so we are, which is true, but still, that wasn't quite what I had in mind. I'm so glad you could all join me. And if you happen to see me opening my eyes from time to time, it's because I have to let people in when they show up. And I hate leaving people in the waiting room. My bad, but that's how it looks. I am so grateful that Peggy is with us and she has to take off a little bit early today. So we're going to start by celebrating Peggy. If you could unmute, there we go.
Wow. Well, lots of good things. I'm still with my daughter-in-law and son in Florida, so enjoying the warmth instead of the cold, which is much more to my liking. And last night I went for the first time here to an ARE study group, which um, you may or may not remember, founded by Edgar Casey. So the one they do here is 2 hours long instead of 1 hour, and it makes such a tremendous difference. And I was so impressed by the dedication of the people who were there, every one of whom drove 40 minutes or a little more to get there, which I thought was awesome. So it was really, really kind of wonderful. And today I took myself out and I said, okay, I'm going to start walking on purpose. So I used my cane just to be careful and walked the equivalent maybe of four houses down the street and back again. And so that felt like a good thing to do. Um, I mean, my stamina and my physical strength are so challenged right now. So those were really, really good things. And so it's just pretty much of a pretty much of a joy to be here.
I
And
bet. Congratulations. And talk about coming a long way, honey, that you're going out and exercising and moving your body and testing your balance and all of that. You will regain strength really quickly as you continue to do that. And there may be chair yoga exercises and things that you can do that will
oh
also help with
yes.
strengthening.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that is brilliant.
There are.
That is wonderful. It was interesting. I shared with some friends of mine, and Katherine hasn't heard this, so I'm going to just share this story again. Um, when I was a kid and grade school, once a month, there'd be this little announcement that would come on that would say, "This is a test. This is only a test of the emergency broadcasting system." And I got a message from the divine that when they throw us out of alignment, when we are triggered, when we experience something that confronts us, when we feel resistance, that's just the divine saying, "This is a test. This is only a test of the divine alignment system. Are you staying in alignment? Are you externally referenced?" Yeah, this headline. And I shared that story with some friends of mine, those little areas, one of whom had cancer, and it spread, some problems, complications spread into her legs, and they've been atrophying slowly over time. So now she's on a walker. And her husband came in. And so she got up and went into the kitchen. She walked around the island and suddenly went, "Oh, where's my walker?" Because she knew that she could already walk. And this is a test. This is only a test. And so I just wanted to share that with you, Peggy, because you are testing yourself in divine grace. And I'm so happy for you. I really am. I want to make sure that we do your intention too, because I want to make sure you get that. So, what would you like your intention to be?
Grow in physical strength as well as emotional and spiritual understanding and strength. Oh, and get all the physicalities handled and continue my next big adventure. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
We give thanks, and so it is. You know, Peggy, I saw you hiring physical therapy angels, and they're guiding you and making sure that your balance is supported. And yeah, so you're going to experience progress very quickly.
Attention, because I'm not big on patience right now.
Well, that's where it's so important to celebrate the little wins, the little things that you notice. And the first thing to celebrate is I did it. I actually got outside and I did it. And then you notice how your body feels. So, Monica, you've got something to share.
Yeah, I thought Peggy, you would appreciate this. I literally, when you started the intention, I just saw like you with one of those huge hiking backpacks on and like a bunch of mountains right behind you. And I thought that you'd really appreciate that.
Absolutely. Thank you, Monica. Thank you.
Yeah, did you read in the chat? Georgie wants to know if you're dancing yet. And David says, Peggy, your stamina and strength will increase quickly. So quickly you'll be surprised. And I got that
Yes,
too. I think that's absolutely right.
yes, I was ready to answer them when you called on me, so I
Oh,
couldn't do both of those things at one time. So dancing a little bit in place, but
perfect.
yeah, I can see improvement almost every day.
Awesome. That is wonderful news. Thank you so much. I'm glad, so glad you could join us.
Oh, me too.
All right, we're going to
Me
celebrate
too.
David McBride. David, could you please unmute and let us know what's been going on for you?
Well, I drew a card
Ooh, please
from
share.
Keepers of the Light, Kyle Gray's Keepers of the Light, and I pulled Lord Shiva,
Ooh,
Transcendence. And I'm going to read the whole thing. It's just a paragraph, but
go ahead.
rise up, honor your inner force. Steps are being given. Dance with the universe. Lord Shiva is with you right now to awaken your sense of connection to life itself. You are moving through a deep transition, and things will be clearer from this point. You will know exactly what you need to do and where you need to be. This is a powerful time as you will transcend the limitations that others have set for you. It is a time of innovation, ideas, stargazing, soul traveling, and soul revealing. Shiva, the Lord of Dance, is here with his sacred sound of Om to lead the way.
Mm. beautiful. Thank you
And I
so
don't know
much.
if I have any time left. Do
You
I?
do. You do.
The one thing I want to say about my wins is last Sunday in the middle of the sermon at Agape, I received a divine call to become a practitioner. And I found out exactly the steps that I need to do. And it's going to take at least 4 years. But I'm really feeling good and strong about this. It feels like the right thing to do.
That is so beautiful. We're really happy for you, David. There was one other thing you were going to celebrate. You had a little conversation with a certain somebody.
Oh, I was able to contact Archangel Raphael as well as Archangel Michael. And I asked if Archangel Raphael would be open for me to channel messages from him to people, and he said, yes, very much so. So I'm able to be in service that way too.
That is wonderful. We're so happy for you, David. And if Archangel Raphael chooses to contribute today, please let us know because we would love to add that to what everyone receives, all the blessings. All right, Monica, I'm so glad you could make it today. I missed you. What can we help you celebrate?
I missed you too. And honestly, I always, when I'm stuck, so I just want to share this because it goes, David, thank you for that Oracle card. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. The third time I heard Transcendence today. Um, and I'm doing one of my trainings is a practitioner training. Um, mm, well, so it was a journey today, and in the journey, I actually saw myself. I looked down and there were shackles around my feet, and received the message that you are imposing these limitations upon yourself. And so I wanted to, since I heard David's inspiring message, I wanted to bring that forward, that these limitations are something that are self-imposed. And there was this, and they disappeared, and there was this beautiful somatic release, of just joyfulness, exuberance, dancing. And so it was a really beautiful journey. And I've been coming back to alignment and everything in life when we get stuck, it's coming back to that alignment and like what would, this group do? You guys are my inspiration. So thank you for being you because you each bring such beautiful gifts to the table. And I'm so grateful.
Mm, thank you, God. How can it get even better than this? Yeah, it just keeps getting better and better and better. And the energy keeps ramping up. You guys feeling that? Yeah. Wow. Yeah, how high can it go? There's no limit. Michelle, I'm so glad you're here. You want me to hit the ask to unmute button? Okay, there you go.
I am so grateful and blessed that I'm here. That's my first celebration. I was debating it. I'm like, what are you doing? Go. My mind needs to go away. It's trying. It's definitely trying. So my daughter got engaged this weekend, and I was able to be at the proposal, and I spent a lot of time with her and some people that I haven't seen in a very long time. And my stinking thinking was saying one thing, but I didn't act on it. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. It went without a hitch. There was a hitch, but we fixed the hitch. Well, they fixed the hitch, so that was wonderful. I cooked my own eggs yesterday. I had somebody here. I'm on assistant number 7 or 8 now. They just whatever. I take advantage of whoever comes, and it was time for lunch, and I'm like, I'm going to do this, and I just started making scrambled eggs because I had somebody to turn the stove off if I forgot to turn the stove off. And I'm grateful I have it for the rest of the week. I have more than there. I just went to the gym for the last time. I closed that account. When 4 people tell you to do it, you better do it. You got to do it. But they lost my stuff. They cut my lock off, and I almost lost it. I'm sitting there with my food in my hand, and I almost lost it. I like cracked my food in half. I was like so out of alignment, and then I centered. And thank you for that, you guys. Thank you for that. That happened a few times yesterday, too. Thank you for that. And I was trying to put the duvet cover on, and I'm like, no, no, no. I need a moment, please. And I came back. Thank God. Thank you all for everything you give. I don't know what I'd do without you guys. I really don't.
That is so perfect, Michelle. So perfect because we get triggered all the freaking time. We do about all kinds of stuff. It can be minor stuff. And if we're just not feeling centered and aligned, we can go way out of kilter. And then all these things come out of our mouths that are, not necessarily the stuff that is supportive and empowering and really facilitates what we want to create. And I know I've told you in the past, I'm now in the habit of doing Ho'oponopono with every inhale and every exhale. And I
Right?
do that in the morning for 5 minutes. And then I tell the divine, please keep it going and periodically bring it to my attention throughout the day when it's time for me to focus on it more. And then I'll hand it back and put it on autopilot. And it really seems to help me stay centered and balanced. It cleans my energy. And yeah, it moves me from the outside of the teeter-totter to the inner part of the teeter-totter where I notice things are going up and down, but it doesn't throw me so much.
It's interesting you say that. Our minds are not our friends. They lie to us all the time. And I've learned, well, I know because of my stinking thinking that it's never nice. It's just not nice. But sometimes, you get pulled in.
Yeah, it happens.
And
But that's deliberate. The divine deliberately wants you to have a human experience so you can choose your tools and come back into alignment. It's
exactly,
being
that's
out
what I
and
was
coming back in that matters.
thinking.
Mhm. So that's why we never judge ourselves and we never criticize ourselves because we're doing the best we can in the moment with what we have. And sometimes we forget. That's the beauty of being human.
Yep.
Wow, Katherine, I bet you've got so much to celebrate
So nice.
because we haven't seen you in a while. What's been going on?
Oh, just everything, keeping up with life. It's good. It's Friday morning for me now because Thursday morning I do volunteer reading in the library at school. And it's pretty fun. Last night I took the kids to their swimming lesson at the pool, and there's all these kids that I do reading with. They're like, "Hi, reading lady." And I'm like, "Hey, Charlotte. Hi, everybody. Hey, hey, hey." But I remembered all their names. I was so happy. And then there was one kid from Felix's prep class. And he's like, "Hey, Katherine, how are you?" I'm like, "Joseph, how you doing?" He's like, "Long time no see." He's hilarious. He's 8 years old. I'm like, these kids are great. But yeah, it's been really, really interesting. I've had some just health stuff as I did. Whatever's going on, I think it's still to do with the mold. I'm just saying, okay, this is obviously not to be fixed right now. Please show me small steps. I don't feel like I'm up to big steps, but small steps over time, however long it takes, I'm willing to do it. I would love to get back to a sort of high functioning point. And also, yeah, like you were saying, Monica, with having yourself and that it's you getting in your own way and just so much, like you were saying, Elaine, Ho'oponopono, and just really being really compassionate with those blocks that we've put in place for ourselves. And it's been a really just interesting week with so much. I've heard a few people saying the veil is very thin, and I would agree with that because it's just been a really interesting week. And yeah, I'm just so happy to be back here and celebrating with you guys and just seeing you all again. It
How
is
can it
good
get
for
even
my
better than
heart.
this? Yay.
Yeah,
So I'm curious, did you notice a shift for yourself with the humming?
a bit.
I know. It's something that, you will notice it over time, I think.
Yeah.
We started doing it a few months ago, and when I forgot, people were like, "Hey, we got to do our hunting." So,
Yeah.
yeah, I noticed that it takes me really deep, really quickly.
Yeah.
And so it's a way to tune in again, along with the 3 deep breaths, I am consciousness. Very, very effective. I'm so glad you're here.
Oh,
Yay!
and thank you so
Awesome.
much for running it. Just
Yeah, absolutely. I reached
amazing.
out to a couple of other people as well. I reached out to Jessica, and I don't remember her last name, 2 hyphenated names, Hertz Morix, something like that. And I also reached out to Jennifer Bryce, and Jennifer responded and said that one of these days she'll try to join us again. She might not be able to come regularly, but yeah, so how fun that we get to get together again. And even when you can't come, it's okay. Our energy's connected. We're sending you so much love all the time. Speaking of lots of love, look at Dorji. He's giving everybody love. We want to give you some love, Dorji. What can we help you celebrate?
That the universe works for all of us. And sometimes it doesn't look like it, but in the end, yeah, when everything is said and done, it is perfect. There's no mistakes. I realize, yeah, that everybody around me, yeah, is changing. I change, everybody around me is changing, and I feel the love, and I see, yeah, that I have to give more love too. Um, I this Monday, I woke up and I just couldn't get into this feeling good, you know. So I did some breathing. I did started my morning routine. Then I realized everything is becoming a routine, and I have to start feeling. And I I started feeling again, and I started feeling right away. I started feeling better right away. So when I do my gratitude uh, list, it's not a routine anymore. I actually feel it because after a while, yeah, you write the same things down all the time, and you don't feel it anymore. You just read it, and I realized, yeah, that I was just reading it, and there are so many things here that that we that I am supposed to be grateful for because wait, I'm just going to tell you my I hear again, my eyes are getting better, my shoulders are getting better, my neck I can turn every which way, my vocal cords, my lungs, my shoulders, everything is getting better, even my knees are healing. And I am gonna feel it and appreciate it from now on.
You are right on the money, mister. And thank you so much for saying that. It's so important not just to do things automatically, not just to do them because it's on your to-do list, to really take the time to feel it, to go into your body and connect your body with your mind again. So important. And remember, Lisbeth joined us last week, and she said it's really important to thank your adrenal glands because they work super hard for you and they get fried after a while and they don't get a lot of love. So when you can tell your body one piece at a time how much you love and appreciate. Speaking of Lisbeth, hey, that called her right in. There we go. That's perfect. Yeah, that was a really powerful reminder. Thank you so much, Dorothy. Woo! Well, we got Carolyn in the house. Carolyn, could you unmute so we can celebrate you? There we go.
Hello.
Hey.
Well, I am so grateful. You all are. Um, I was dragging my little butt here tonight. Tell you that. This is where I'm coming from. Dragging my little butt in, going. Oh, I know I got to celebrate this. Yeah, I feel good about that. And How long has it been now? 5 minutes, 10 minutes? And already I'm going, oh, excuse me, I got a little bit to celebrate here. It's just like, so, I mean, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Um, First thing I know I want to celebrate is maybe connections or reconnections on a different level with some of the people. My friend who has a serious problem with cancer, and she was having a hard time with her thing. And you have to sort of read between the lines sometimes. But I finally said to her, I said, excuse me, you need to tell me yes or no when I ask you. Just don't get into that other crap. You tell me yes or no. And she did. So I made a big thing of goulash for her and took it over so she could have some food because she didn't feel like cooking. So that was good. And another one was from a friend from Albuquerque who's we've never been that close, but I've he was part of my church group there. And I don't know, we just reconnected and I remembered that I told him I'd do something. So we had a wonderful reconnection. I went, yes, follow your heart, follow those things. So I'm very happy for that. And I'm I'm wanting to celebrate that I can reconnect to following through. I've been dealing with a lot of procrastination lately, and where I just am hitting these walls, and going and saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And I don't do shit. Pardon my French here, but I just don't. It's like, and it's not even like I'm trying to justify it. It's just I'm going, nope, I just didn't do it. And and a lot of it is about self-care that I'm not doing. So anyway, my time is up. So that will be my intentions when we get there.
Awesome.
But anyway,
Perfect.
thank you all.
We're so glad you made it. And the time you need to come to Mastermind the most is when you really don't feel like it and you're
Yes.
just not in the mood because our energy's all connected. And it's not just your energy that you're bringing to the table. You are a mirror for everyone here. So they see themselves more clearly because as you articulate what you can celebrate, you really do celebrate yourself. And we're so bad about doing that. Often we are
Yes.
very bad about doing that. I shouldn't say always, but yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Well, Lisbeth, your ears must have been burning. I was raving about you and celebrating how you told us last week. It was a really good idea to celebrate your adrenal glands and thank them for all their hard work. Hopefully you can unmute because we would love to celebrate you along with your adrenal glands.
Thank you. Yes, I've been taking my adrenals a lot, and thank you for that reminder because I don't know if I did it today. But yes, well, I think a lot of the things that I have to celebrate are nature related because we have these gorgeous fall colors going on now, and I know that it won't last long, but um, just the oranges and the reds and the yellows, and then um, even though I know they're a sign of winter, the juncos have come back, which are like tiny, tiny little birds that are all gray on top and white belly. And the other day, I woke up really early. Actually, I woke up really early and then couldn't fall back to sleep. But I was just lying in bed and hearing all this bird song, and it almost reminded me of spring because it was all these juncos in the yard. Um, so yeah, that's a big thing. I went to a couple of summits, got some good info. And another thing that's just like little, but I really am excited. I was doing online ordering and I saw this ethnic spice blend that I've thought about a couple times and it had rave reviews. And so I ordered it and I've asked Tom to make some things with it. And it's just like a nice change. It's like going to a Middle Eastern restaurant or something, but at home. Um, and last thing, I'll get on a little mini soapbox here, very mini. Um, but I just have to share this. It's because I'm seeing influencers out there giving out what I feel is really bad information. So I actually went searching I remembered hearing Anthony Williams talk about water and different kinds of water filters and things like that. And these machines that are out there now, and how they're really bad for you. Oh, the spice was shawarma spice, and it's a mix. Yeah, I'll be quick with this. So I found a different live about it. And in fact, Elaine, I tagged you when I posted it to my page tonight. But basically, there are these $5,000, $3,000 or $5,000 machines out there that people are touting as like making your water living water. And actually they're harming you. It's not just that they're like not great. They're actually, according to Anthony William, they're electrocuting your water. So they're killing it. And no matter what you do to it, you could squeeze all the lemon juice you want into it. He said, you will never like make that water living again. And so what it does to your body is like, not only is it bad in that way because you're actually dehydrating yourself when you take it in because your cells aren't taking it in. You are also taking in heavy metals because they are the electrocution process is doing something, and you're actually extra charging the heavy metals, so they're worse for you. And there was one more thing. Oh, and people talk about this high that they get from it. And what it is the body sees it as foreign. So the brain sends out these signals to your adrenals, speaking of adrenals, to pump, 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 and get this stuff out of you. And that's why people get this like energized feeling, but it's really wreaking havoc on your body. So if you hear about these machines and you value your health, please stay away. So I'm done.
Thank you. Thank you, Elizabeth. You always have such important things to share. We really, really appreciate it. I'm so glad you could make it today. Awesome. Well, I've got a few things to celebrate as well. Got to hit the start button. There we go. I had a really interesting conversation with the divine recently, and they took me to task a little bit. They said, Elaine, when you're talking to other people, you say you a lot. And we want you to change that. We want you to say I, because we want you to share your personal experience, not try to dictate to everybody else how they ought to behave. They can model your experience if they choose to. It's an invitation when you say I. It is a demand when you say you. And we want you to invite. I was like, all righty, I'm on that. So please catch me if I mistakenly go into the you thing, because I'm not supposed to do that anymore. And then they also said there's something very interesting about human beings. Your subconscious mind does not recognize a negative. So as soon as any of you hears the word unconditional love, your subconscious mind translates that as conditional love and says, absolutely, I love you when, I love you if. And that's not really what we had in mind. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, then I started brainstorming with the divine. I'm like, okay, so supportive love, empowering love, and lots of different options. And I came across nourishing love. And I just felt so much energy around nourishing love. And so now I'm slowly kind of morphing my conversation away from unconditional love into nourishing love. Yeah, Monica says she felt that. Yeah, it really, really makes a difference. So I also was shown, I'm going to go a tiny bit over. I was also shown that whenever you argue and you're saying, oh, that's not right. I don't like that political person. I don't like that war going on there. I don't like this disease going around for people. That shouldn't be. You are like a temperamental 2-year-old toddler, and you are arguing with the divine. You are stamping your little foot and saying, excuse me, I know better than you do, divine. What are you thinking? That should not be. And they were saying, yeah, we find that very cute and very humorous. But the reality is, just as Byron Katie says, argue with reality and you only lose 100% of the time. You have a small, tiny, tiny perspective on what is happening. And everything we create is guiding you to love. Everything. And everybody reacts differently to different stimulus. So you can't know the purpose behind what we're doing. Just know that everything is guiding you to love. I also was inspired today because I interviewed a woman for my show, and she talked about being self serving in a whole new way. And I am choosing to take this on, and I invite you to try it on and see if it works for you or not. She said, imagine that when you are being self serving, you are doing something special for yourself. And the example she shared is she's got a funky coffee pot that I guess she can yell to Siri or something to turn on the coffee pot. And it turns it on for her. And that gives her like 5 to 7 minutes where she can do her affirmations. And she's like, frankly, if I went downstairs to push the button on the coffee pot, I'd be folding laundry, I'd be emptying the dishwasher, I'd be doing all these things that are valuable, but they're not for me. They are not self serving. They do not serve me. And so I am choosing to be very self serving, and I hope that all of you will too. And the last thing I want to celebrate is that I reached out to Katherine, and I reached out to Monica, and I reached out to Jennifer Bryce, and I reached out to Jessica Bryce. No, Jennifer. God, I always mix those two up. Anyway, I reached out to all of them, and we've got two of them here. Yay! Thank you, God. How did it get even better than this? Yes. All righty. Well, we're going to go on and do intentions. Yes. I'm sorry, Carolyn. Did you want to add
Well,
something?
well, I did, because when you talk about unconditional love, that's a toughie. So then when you say unconditional, guess what? Get unconditional. So our minds are going to go to all the conditions.
Of
So we're
course.
going to have to go through all that before we can kind of go, okay, where am I? I don't know. So I just love this nourishing, something that just says what we're,
You feel
instead
it.
of having to go through all the steps to get to
Yeah.
what we're really talking about,
Yeah. You really, really feel it.
Yeah,
Thanks for
yes.
coming, Peggy. We love you. Have a wonderful week. I'm so glad you could join us. Love you. Bye. Oh, man. Yeah, it really makes a difference listening to the energy in your body. And I read a really fabulous book called The Extended Mind, and they're talking about how we absorb information and how we think. And it turns out we think with our bodies first. Our bodies know before our minds ever grasp anything. And it turns out that if you use a lot of hand gestures when you talk, you figure things out faster. So I'm using a lot of hand gestures these days, and they don't always make sense, but they are empowering. All right. Does anybody need to leave early? Because we're going to start with intentions. Okay, I don't see any raised hands, so we're going to start with David. David, what would you like your intention to be?
In love and light, we are so happy and grateful that we embody nourishing love, that we embody divine light, that we embody the divine in all forms in our physical bodies so that we can manifest more of creation for the divine through the divine. And for this, I am so grateful and I thank you, divine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done.
We give thanks, and so it is. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, Kelly's coming in. Yay! I didn't know if we'd get to see Kelly. Yay! Hi, Kelly. So glad you could make it. There she is. So can you unmute? I know you
Until
just arrived.
hi, until I accepted that it was recording, it wouldn't let me show. It's like,
Oh,
yeah.
you
So,
have to be invisible, huh?
yeah.
Oh, well.
Hi. Nice to see you
Hi.
all. Look at who's here.
I
Catherine's here.
know.
Wow. Yeah.
I know. I'm so thrilled she could make it today. Monica's back.
I know
Yay.
Monica's back. Yay.
So, can we get you to celebrate? I know we just got you in. So, if you need a moment, but we're just starting to do intentions, and I'd love to celebrate you.
Well, I'm going to celebrate that I'm here because it was a 2-hour adventure to pick up my car at the dealership and it's all fixed. And I got a text Monday morning that they ordered the part for me and it was going to be 10 days. And here I am, not 10 days. So yay. And the whistle is gone. They forgot to take off the sports things on the top, which caused this whistle that if you were on the phone with me, you could hear the whistle. That's how bad it was. And so I had to wait way too long for the 2-second job to get them to take it off, but it's off. The whistle is gone. I have my car. I'm home. Yay. So, and my listing in La Quinta, we have 2 good offers on it. So, so that's going to be in my intention that the sellers get their act together and sign it because they're divorcing and fighting over what's included and not included. And it's like, that's got nothing to do with this part. But anyway, that's all very good news. Yay, yay, yay. Out of the blue, which is really sweet and wonderful. And life is good, lots of great relationships, lots of stuff going on. I'm just really grateful. Yeah.
Thank you, God. How could it get even better than this?
Yeah. Yeah, I've been doing that thing still in the morning. I'm telling you, it works. Stuff is just showing up. So,
That is awesome. And
yeah.
Katherine hasn't been here for a minute. So could you tell her a little bit about that thing?
That thing. So, Catherine, Ruthie sent out a link of Dr. Joe Dispenza, and I can email it to you. And he says, when you wake up between 3 and 5 in the morning, it's the divine tapping you on the shoulder. And he does this meditation to bring you to your highest self and to your greatest possibilities and your greatest prosperity. And I used to get up at that time because there was dogs barking and roosters crowing. They have gone away and I still wake up at that time. So I'm like, okay, Joe, I'm on it with you. So I often just go right straight because it's reprogramming your subconscious mind. And so I often just go right back to sleep afterwards. And um, yeah, sometimes I am asleep and I'm not saying the things out loud, but it seems to be working. So I'm grateful.
Because your subconscious mind hears everything, whether your
Mhm.
conscious mind is tuned in or not.
Right. That's why it's really important not to go to sleep to horror movies or the
No,
news, or
no, no,
they might
no.
be one and the same thing, but you know.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kelly. I'm
So,
so delighted you're here.
thank you. I'm happy to be here. Catherine, I will email you that link.
Yeah, awesome. All right, Monica, it's your turn for an intention. What would you like some energy around? Oops, David's got a message to share. Sorry. David.
Elizabeth said in the chat she has to scoot in about
Oh,
15 minutes.
oh, thank you for calling my attention. That Lisbeth, how about an intention for you?
That's okay.
It's
Why don't
been
you let
going
Monica
fast,
go? 'Cause
so no. Lisbeth, we'll go ahead and do you first, and then we'll come back to Monica.
Okay. Thank you. And thank you, David. I'm trying to figure out how to word this, but I will just give you a little back story that things are a little extra challenging right now with the government shutdown. It's actually affecting the military now, which means that jobs for Tom's company have been affected. And like he just got a message from his boss that there's very little money left and so on. So there's also a big snafu that they're resolving at Tom's workplace that has really put a kink in everybody's situation. So thank you. We're so happy and grateful that the US government shutdown is resolved quickly, safely, with ease, speed, grace, and integrity, with fairness, and it is resolved for the benefit of the American people, primarily, instead of just a few in power, and that all government funding and funding for air traffic controllers and anyone else who's important is resolved and restored with grace, speed, and ease, and that all of the tech situations at my husband's office are resolved quickly, ease, speed, and grace. All of these things were better. Thank you.
We give thanks, and so it is.
Thank you.
Elizabeth, that was so beautiful and it was so powerful. You got Angela to show up. That is great. And, the message that came through for me was that we have the ability to celebrate in advance. And when we celebrate in advance, we celebrate that the government shutdown is over and that everything is restored to perfect equilibrium, that all the checks and balances are in place, that everything is working perfectly for everyone. That sends a very clear signal to the divine, and that's the direction that they support. So thank you for bringing that in.
Yeah, I was actually celebrating that like 3 days after the shutdown and 4 days after the shutdown, but I guess I have to celebrate a lot more.
We can all combine our energy around it. David and Kelly look like they've got things to contribute. David, go ahead.
I saw an image of lots of hands shaking, lots of hands, cooperating, like making agreements.
Beautiful. I love it. Kelly, what did you want to share?
Apparently, Yogi has something to share because he's quite excited all of a sudden. But what I wanted to share was the other thing with Joe Dispenza is this 7-minute visualization every morning. So you reminded me when you're saying that, because I do keep the government and the world in there as well. And then you journal it every day. So that, and then you do it first thing in the morning before you start thinking about tasks, and sometimes that's impossible because you wake up thinking about tasks, but I think that it's really a powerful thing also.
That is excellent. And if you can find that video too and share them, I will make sure that they go out with the recording.
Yeah,
and the chat.
most of that is talking about doing it. Basically, what it is that for 7 minutes you visualize what you want, and then you journal it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Boy, we always get more than we anticipate, right? We get so much. And Angela, I'm so glad you made it today. You see, we've got Catherine in the house. Yay! And Monica's here too. Woohoo! So we would love to celebrate you, Angela. What's been going on?
Oh, I'm sorry. I slept in this morning. I guess I was really busy yesterday physically and exhausted. Um, it's been a really strange week, like with a lot of things that are very unusual. And so I guess I'm just celebrating that, having different experiences is a wonderful opportunity to look at things differently, etc. So on the weekend, when I got married to my husband, I got a ham radio license, first level, because my husband's business was ham radio. So this ham radio organization in Gosen, it's a very small group now. It's, ham's become less and less popular over the years, but they asked if I would go with them to another prefecture to join a meeting. And it was about having making a way for school children in our town to contact with the International Space Station using ham radio. So another prefecture did that, and so it was their experience. So yeah, it was really cool. So my husband has the radio skill, and I have the English to help them with, and then their group. So yeah, so it's interesting stuff. It takes a long time for everything to go through the pipeline and get sorted, but just that's kind of fun. And then I had an eye checkup on Tuesday, and the doctor said, "Oh, you have a tear in your retina, a small hole in your retina." And of course, she's saying it in Japanese, so I wasn't really sure what she was saying, but I found that out when I came back home. She was like, "Okay, well, let's do the laser surgery right now." And it was like, "What?" I got talked to my husband, and then we went back the next day, yes, on Wednesday, to do it. So that was yeah, again, like a really nerve-wracking experience to start, but very easy. And yeah, so
I'm
just
so proud of you. I'm so happy you did that. I wish I could have done that because I wouldn't have had a detached retina then.
but
I'm
one hand
so
she's saying that you
envious.
can possibly repair it yourself, and yeah, so why, and they don't know why it happens. So it was like, okay, so do I really want to do this? But
Good
yeah.
for you. I'm so happy for you, Angela. Congratulations. Wow, how can it get even better than this? And you've got Mena and another friend coming for a visit. When do they arrive?
On the 18th,
Okay.
I still have another week. So I was
Yeah.
working really hard outdoors and found several items that I are going to be useful for other things I need. So yeah, but exhausted.
Well, we're glad you got up in
And
time to join us.
hi, Catherine.
That is great.
And welcome back,
Yeah.
Monica.
Yeah, we're getting set to support an intention for Monica. Monica, what would you like some energy around?
Um, well, as the holidays approach, I know that there's not everybody has this beautiful community and loving families. And I know with the furlough, that there was also a little food insecurity for those that already. So if I can't phrase this right, I would love some help. In love and light, we are so happy and grateful that everyone is filled with infinite abundance, vitality, health, and the light of the divine filling every cell of their bodies, plates and pantries full of food, abundance in health and wealth and relationships. We pray that everyone knows the abundance of compassion and love and joy that streams through the hearts of all living beings, now and always. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So it is.
We give thanks, and so it is. That was really, really powerful. Wow. So amazing, the energy that we create together. It's just, oh, so beautiful. Luscious is the word that comes to mind. It's just luscious. Oh man, and it's going to get even better because we got Michelle in the house and she's really good with her intentions. Michelle, what would you like some energy around?
In love and light, and for the highest good. I gratefully and happily declare that all beings have infinite abundance, nutritional love, kindness, grace, gratitude, perfect, wonderful, exciting health in every way possible. Thank you, Divine. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please show us how you want us to serve. And so it is.
We give thanks, and so it is. That was really beautiful, Michelle, and really, really powerful. And I'm guided to share something that I shared when I was doing my celebration because Kelly and Angela didn't hear this. And you get to. So I was having a conversation with the divine, and they said, one of the problems, one of the challenges that human beings have is that your subconscious mind does not understand or process a negative. So when you hear the term unconditional love, your subconscious mind, which runs the show, thinks it's conditional love and says, absolutely, I love you if, I love you when. I can do that all day long. And so they said, yeah, that's not really what we had in mind. And so I started brainstorming with the divine. And I'm like, okay, so is it supportive love? Is it empowering love? I tried on lots of different words. And finally, I got to nourishing love. And I just get goosebumps every time. Nourishing love. I really feel the energetic difference. And the message that came through, Michelle, is words have resonance. And the divine understands what we mean, even when we don't choose the quote right word. It's our ability to feel it that determines whether it feels right to us or not. And so as we play around with the words and we notice, oh, nourishing feels a lot better than unconditional, then we start to refine how we communicate with ourselves, most importantly. Yeah. And then it changes how we communicate with others. So, oh, bye, Elizabeth. Whoops. She's gone. By the time I see the message, whoops, there she went. Ah, well. Beautiful. Thank you so much for bringing that in, Michelle. It was really, really good.
Thank
All
you.
right, Catherine. Yay, you get some yummy energy.
What
What
can
would
I
you
add
like?
just one quick thing
Sure, sure,
about
sure.
that? It's anytime you never want to use a not or a will because like if I don't smoke tells the subconscious you smoke, so you want it. Nourishing love is beautiful, but I wanted to give you acknowledgement, and I had something for Lisbeth, and as soon as she disappeared, it disappeared. But the last week you talked about doing the Ho'oponopono all the time. And I have been doing it. Like every time I catch myself judging, it's like, oh yeah, I'm so sorry. And I can't say I did it every time, but I did it a lot. And also, that's what the Lisbeth thing was, loving my adrenals. It's just like when I do one, I go, oh yeah, and adrenals, thank you again. So I've linked them together. So I just wanted to share that. It seems to be uplifting. Yeah,
It
so.
really is. And thank you for saying that because it was funny. I was just mentioning Lisbeth and how she told us we needed to thank our adrenals. And then she showed up. And I said, well, thank you, Lisbeth. And thank you to your adrenals too. And she thought that was great. So, all right, Catherine, what is your intention?
My intention is I would love some of your amazing energy. There's a letter I feel called to write, and I've tried to do it, and it needs to be timely, and that time is soon. So, in love and light, thank you for the amazing energy behind advocacy for fairness, for good health, um, and just thanks for letting all the yucky stuff fall away and a really clear and great message. And thanks that it's been easy to do and it's arrived in really effective format. And also just thank you so much for fabulous energy and health and love through to the end of the year. And I'm sure for everybody, it is probably looking pretty crazy. And thank you for just giving us the laughs and the fun to get there as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done.
We give thanks, and so it is. So I got a couple of things for you, Katherine. The first one is you have access to the free version of ChatGPT. So you can get into ChatGPT, and if you happen to have a sample letter, kind of like what you're trying to write that you think is really well worded, you can upload that. But you can just tell ChatGPT, you are an expert writer in communicating clearly and effectively with emotion this following issue, and you just put down all your thoughts, and it can be random. It doesn't have to be articulate. You can just say whatever, just bleh, whatever you want to say to Chat GPT. Now write my letter please, and make it sound really good and something that would be, you know, passed around to a lot of people, and it will come up with a draft. And then you can edit it a little bit, and you can play back and forth with Chat GPT, and it will refine it with you, for you. Then I got the message about the allergy issue that you've been having for a long time, and it's something to do with a food allergy or a supplement allergy. That's what I got. So, yeah, I don't know if you do muscle testing, but you might want to muscle test certainly your supplements, because I've got something about a binding agent and I have no clue. So,
Thank you.
yeah, of course. David, yes, you wanted to contribute.
About Chat GPT, ask for 3 versions and compare and contrast them when you get them and say, use some of this, use some of that. That works really well. Also, hire writing inspiration angels.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Wow. How can it get even better than this? We get to support Dorji and his intention. Dorji, I know you've got something juicy for us. You got to unmute first. I'm real picky about that. There we go. Yay.
I work with Sandra, and one of the persons on her team, she's from Philippines. Her name is Leah, and she runs an orphanage. And the orphanage is being inspected. And my dream was when I first became spiritual, you see these old people in these third world countries sitting on the side of the road and just waiting for night or whatever. It's just sorry. I was going to, when I first became spiritual, I was going to move to Russia and start an orphanage and old folks home. But then the war started and that ended. So my intention is, in Love and Light, we are so happy and grateful, and we choose to welcome divine guidance into our highest good. And our intention is to send the vibration of love, light, and peace into the divine's creation. And Leah Berenda's orphanage is running perfectly for the highest good of all. And all orphanages and old folks' homes are oases of joy, love, light, and abundance. And we create a world where we all live in peace and joy and vibrant health with no walls. Thank you, Divine. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We give thanks, and so it is. That felt so yummy. Thank you for bringing that in. That was really, really magical, Dorothy. Really beautiful. Wow. How can it get even better than this? We get to hear from Carolyn.
Oh, oh, goodness gracious. My heart's been really touched, and I say heavy, but I release that for the bellies that need to be filled right now. It is just my thing. But also for me, and I think for all. So here we go. In love and light, and with great gratitude and joy, I celebrate the divine, and I intend and see for all of us that we trust, that we are guided by the divine. We trust in our choices, and we are compassionate and forgiving and dropping our judgments as we meander and up and down this crazy thing called life. And that we trust that the bellies are filled, will be filled, and that harmony will reign. And I know and I believe that this is so, and I'm so grateful. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done.
We give thanks, and so it is. Really beautiful. Really, really beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for bringing that in. Because there is nourishment of many kinds. There is nourishment of energy. There is nourishment of love. And it all leads to nourishment of belief in each other and caring for each other. And then physical nourishment.
Yes.
You know, often the emotional and spiritual nourishment comes before the physical nourishment. And so nothing is wasted. It's always worthwhile to spend time dedicating energy to support people. It really does make a difference. Thank you for bringing that in, Carolyn. It was really powerful. As always, you guys are freaking amazing. Speaking of amazing, we got Kelly. I bet you want something yummy, don't ya?
It's already my turn.
It is. I know.
Mm. Oh, you guys are all so wonderful, and it's been all so beautiful all this time. You pretty much have everything covered. Since I know that you guys are so powerful, I'm going to do this all for other people. In love and light, I declare that the Pikes come to agreement and sell their properties with ease and grace and expediency, that they come to fair, equitable agreement and complete their divorce proceedings quickly, completely, for the harm of none and the good of all, so that they each may go on with their lives in glorious, beautiful, uplifting ways that bless humanity. I claim for all of our loved ones and ourselves vibrant health and energy, that anything and everything that needs to be healed, shoulders and knees and necks, and oh, the things I've been hearing from other people, I claim them all to be healed magnificently, so that each and every one has a greater path for contribution to the world. I claim for each of us here that we are guided on how best to contribute, how best to be of service that prospers the world and uplifts humanity for the greatest good of all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done.
We give thanks, and so it is. So two things came through for your people that you're working with, Kelly. One of them is please hire attitude adjustment angels for them because they're a little too close to what's going on and they're not focused on what really serves them. The second thing is to write an intention for them. And the intention is that the home sale goes through quickly, easily, joyfully, so they both benefit, soon from the sale of the property. There is something called a life raiser. I want you to Google life raiser. An example of a life raiser is like Occam's razor, which states that the simplest answer is often the most true answer. There are a lot of other things like that. In a book that I read, the five types of wealth, one of the Occam razors that the author had is I always teach my son's baseball team. And another one that somebody else had was I am always at home for dinner with my family. Another one, I always take my spouse out for dinner once a week. We have a date night once a week. It is a rule that will never be violated. And it is a way for you to evaluate the options in your life very clearly. This supports my razor and this does not. The razor is a razor because you can shave everything else away that is not important to you.
Mm.
So I saw you helping them create an intention, which is to all intents and purposes, their life razor of this is what's most important to me, which is a quick, speedy, equitable resolution to our situation. So we can move on with great prosperity and joy. And as you continually reorient them to that vision, it makes all the decisions they have to make around the sale of the property much, much easier.
Love it. Love it.
Awesome.
At least I can do this for them.
Yes, you can do this for them. And then they get to remember. And we all have to do this. We all have to recommit to our intention. Recommit, 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 recommit. Speaking of recommitting, there's Angela again. with the gorgeous, gorgeous hair, glorious and gorgeous. When I try to say them both at the same time, they don't make a lot of sense. But there we go. What would you like some energy around, Angela?
Well, I'm so sorry I was late, and I want to just say I never watch the news or listen to the news, but yesterday I actually turned on the news at one point, and I had talked to somebody on an online thing that told me all kinds of things and about what Trump is doing, and that changed my perspective about who he is. That he's doing some really good things by trying to get rid of immigrants. And I don't know enough about any of it, but she was saying in the Biden administration, a lot of the Mexican gang members were being housed and well fed and things, and that have now been they're now being sent out of the states. So I don't know. I mean, I never thought there was anything positive about Trump. So I thought, oh, this is a good chance to reframe about him. I don't understand the news. I just caught the end of what you were talking about, that the government has shut down. Like, I don't understand my brain can't get that. But anyway, what was the other? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Thank you for listening. I was just a really interesting, okay. Not everything is as it appears, perhaps, right? Okay. With great gratitude and love, I am so happy and grateful for all the miracles in our lives. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done.
We give thanks, and so it is. That was so beautiful. Thank you, Angela, because you reminded us that there are miracles in every moment. We just aren't always paying attention and acknowledging them. And when we do acknowledge the miracles, we get to witness even more miracles. How can it get even better than this? All right. I have an intention as well. In love and light, we are so happy and grateful that we witness divine love in everything. We witness divine love in terrible storms, in diseases, in conflict, in arguments, in times of difficulty. We witness divine love at new levels in a deeper, richer way. And as we witness divine love in everything, we start to embody divine love in every thought, in every word, in every action, radiating this love out to all of creation. Thank you, divine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done. We give thanks, and so it is. I was asked to clarify something. So when we witness divine love, there are two options. One, it's really obvious, and we're so happy and we celebrate. The other kind of divine love is it's not obvious. The government shutdown, the big challenges that are out there, all the stuff that we have no clue how to fix, someone who's struggling with cancer, all of those things that are way bigger than we personally can handle. Whenever we witness something like that, the divine is guiding us back to partnering with them. That's how love is showing up. It's reminding it's reminding me, that I have the ability to partner with the divine and direct divine energy where it can do the most good. And so I immediately envision everyone involved or impacted two energetic levels above where they are now. Right now, they're in the flames. I envision them as the phoenix, and I send them love and blessings. And every time I do that, it gives the divine the message, this is where we're going to put a lot of energy and attention to support the people where they are. You don't have to have all the answers. You do have the opportunity. I don't have to have all the answers. I have the opportunity to direct divine love and direct healing and direct abundance. And so, of course, I do. Yes, Georgie.
I felt, yeah, this intention was like it dotted the I's and it crossed the T's. It was perfect because you can look at anything, yeah, from different sides. Everybody has a different opinion. We listen to what we want to listen to. We brainwash ourselves. And this one just told me and all of us, in the end, it's only love that will change it.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful, Elaine.
Thank you. Thank you, Georgie. Monica, you have something to add.
I do. I've kind of been holding back. So, um, what Georgie said brought me back to your beautiful about arguing. And it brought me back to being taken out of alignment. And it reminds me of the fable of the snake and the tiger. And the snake says, the sky is green or the grass is blue. And the tiger argues and they bring it up to the king, which is the lion. And the lion punishes the tiger. And he says, why would you punish me? And he goes, we never argue with snakes because you're taking your energy and that you could be putting into what you want to manifest. And instead, you're using it to try to convince somebody that's not resonant. And so I wanted to bring that forward because it really ties in together a lot of the messages that we've all received tonight. So thank you for letting me share.
That is beautiful. I've never heard that before. That is fabulous. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Monica. Really powerful. Yeah. And I don't know if I shared this or not, so forgive me if I'm repeating myself. One of the messages that came through is you are love. You are the vibration of love. And the reason why you have relationships and experiences is because they are continually tuning your resonance to infinite divine love. You are that, and then you forget all about it because you're busy being human, right? And yeah. And so you can choose to, every time something kind of is in your face or you're resisting it or whatever, oh, this is love. This is guiding me to divine love. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. And thank you for holding me accountable for the I thing. It's a process. I'm probably not going to get it right off the bat. I will get better. I will get better. And I so love and appreciate all of you. Your energy is amazing. One last thing, please, hand on heart and on solar plexus. We are now taking this huge burst of energy and pulling it into our bodies. This is now our new normal. This is our new baseline. You wake up in the morning and this is where you're vibrating, and it doesn't feel weird. It doesn't feel extreme. It doesn't feel funky. It is you. It is the natural order of you vibrating at this high level. And there is so much energy flowing through you that now we are going to take that energy and send it out through all of creation to uplift consciousness in all realms. Why? Because we can. So why not? I love playing with you guys. You're freaking awesome. Have an
You are.
amazing week. It's going to be awesome. Take care, everybody. Thanks
Lots
for
of
coming,
love.
Katherine. Thanks for
Wonderful to
coming,
see you
Monica.
all.
Mwah. Take care. Bye-bye.